Welcome back to LonelyMan BGs and this overview of Mage Knight, a simple tile-laying game that you should definitely play with 4 players. In Mage Knight, you, and typically only you, will be directing your Mage Knight throughout Atlantean, slaughtering legions of orcs and burning entire monasteries on your own. Typically, your goal is to conquer one or more of these cities. Mage Knight is a game for 1 to 4 players, and playtime is highly variable. The game can last up to 6 hours depending on scenario, player count, and analysis paralysis. Players begin the game as a fledgling Mage Knight, one of these 4. The core mechanism of the game is the expenditure of these deed cards. Each player begins the game with a deck of 16 basic action deed cards, with 1 unique card for that specific Mage Knight. These cards typically allow basic actions to be performed, such as blocking, attacking, or moving throughout the lands. Some cards tend towards magical properties, while others allow you to influence local populations. Each card has 2 options. You can use the basic effect for free, or use the stronger effect below by spending mana, the magic essence in the game. As the game goes on, more deed cards will be added to your deck in the form of spells, advanced actions, and artifacts, which make your deck more powerful. Advanced actions are stronger than basic actions and are gained when the Mage Knight levels up. Spell cards are powerful incantations. Their basic effect can be spent by spending the shown mana, while the stronger spell may only be used at night with the aid of black mana. Artifacts are powerful items that can be stolen from monks, or gained by vanquishing certain landmarks. In addition, wounds can be afflicted, which weigh down your hand and can render your Mage Knight ineffective. This is the Fame and Reputation board. As Mage Knights trounce their enemies and prance through dungeons, they will earn fame, which causes them to level up. Not only will they earn advanced actions, but they will also gain skills and command tokens. Skills are powerful abilities that players can use in addition to their deed cards. Each Mage Knight has a card that lists and explains each skill that Mage Knights can learn. These are level tokens, which give you information on your Mage Knight's armor and hand limit. The top token is taken and flipped on certain level ups, so they become command tokens. Every command token a player has allows the recruitment of a unit. There are 2 unit types, regular and elite. Units like this Ice Mage offer ice attacks, while a simple Herbalist allows you to heal wounds or ready other units. When combining deed cards, skills, and abilities of units, turns can become exceptionally powerful and allow for impressive combos. On the right side of this board is Reputation. Mage Knights begin at a neutral stance with the people of the land, but as they save cats from roaming orcs or accidentally set fire to local monasteries with their cigarette butts, their reputations will change. A higher reputation gives bonuses of influence, which makes it easier to recruit units and gain other abilities. A low reputation puts you at a disadvantage for these actions, but it may be worth it to run off with a new artifact from the smoky ruins of a former abbey. Mage Knights begin the game on this starting tile, and will spend cards to move. Tiles are made up of various terrains, and each has a cost to move through. For example, plains cost 2 movement to move onto, while forests cost 3 movement during the day. As they make their way across the lands, they will explore new map tiles. Countryside tiles are less developed and contain weaker enemies. Court tiles are more populated, will contain cities, tougher enemies, and larger bounties. There are a variety of landmarks players may visit. These range from monster dens to monasteries, from crystal mines to mage towers. For example, keeps may be assaulted by your Mage Knight, but their enemies are fortified. Once you are the owner of the keep, however, they provide you supplies, which can increase your hand limit on future turns. As another example, upon entering spawning grounds, you will fight 2 enemies, and if triumphant, you will gain 3 mana crystals and an artifact. Let's talk a little bit about combat. Combat is made up of various phases. First, ranged and siege attacks will be used against your enemies. Then, in the blocking phase, the enemies will attack you. If any damage goes unblocked, you will have to assign damage to either your Mage Knight or your units. In the final combat phase, you will have the opportunity to retaliate and unleash a maelstrom of furious attacks upon your foe. The game has a myriad of enemy abilities and resistances. For example, an enemy with this brutal ability will deal twice as much damage when the attack goes unblocked. Let's talk a little bit about how the game is played. Mage Knight is played in rounds, and each round is either day or night. Terrain cost, visibility, and magic will change when night comes. At the beginning of a new round, a player shuffles their deed deck, which will be drawn down turn by turn. Fledgling Mage Knights may only draw 5 cards each turn, but as they get stronger, higher hand counts can be drawn. In addition to all this, every round players will choose tactics, which decide turn order and give certain advantages to players who choose to go later. A player who chooses to go 5th during the day will be able to draw 2 cards into their hand right away, which is a huge bonus. This concludes our overview of Mage Knight. Thanks for watching. If you like this video and want to see how you can support the channel, check out the links in the description below.